So after having this car for quite some time now, I've been on a couple road trips, I daily drive it. I've gotten a pretty good feel with the car, and I feel like this would be a good time to make a video talking more so on how's it to daily drive a GR86. You know, it's a small, compact sports car. There's a lot of different things I want to bring up today on basically what it's like to drive this car and can you daily drive it. First thing I'm going to start with is gas mileage. So I just actually got off a road trip myself not too long ago, actually just a couple days ago, and I'll bring up real quick my average gas mileage, which I believe it's like 26.3. Oh, get that off. Yeah, right now 26.2. It did go up a little bit during that trip. It was like 26.1, but the average gas mileage isn't too bad. My full tank range seems to be about 300-ish miles, which is significantly better than what my Supra is. So for me, this is like a great daily because it gets way better gas mileage than my Supra does. So gas mileage is pretty much a win, although it can get expensive. For gas for this thing, you got to use 93. I only go to Shell, so that I mean that partially is my fault why it's a little bit more expensive. Shell just always seems to be more expensive. For a full tank for me, it's about $35 to like $45, depending on where the tank's at, like gas level, and then how much it is for that day, you know, whatever. Space in this car, this is something, you know, you're kind of already going into openly knowing that space kind of sucks. It's like looking in the back seat here, there's almost no room. My girlfriend's seat, or the passenger seat, is all the way back just so she has more leg room. So then there's like zero leg room in the back. And then if we go to the trunk, you can see that in the trunk there's also very little room. It's kind of deep, but then it's not very high. So like when I was doing some tire and wheel changes, I'd throw my wheels in here and I could fit like one wheel in here and that was it. Although they were like 19 by 10 and a half. They were pretty big, but that was pretty much all the space I had. And then I put the rest in like the back seat and then the passenger seat. Ended up working out, but going into this, space is very limited. So we're probably gonna put a lot of storages in this little compartment here. But like if you see, you got my air tags, garage remote. This is for the Supra. Gift card, you know, like there's not a whole lot of room in here to put stuff. And then the cup holders, they get in your way of the shifter if you got a manual. But storage is kind of bad in the car. But again, you knew that going into it. Something to note is when I got off during my road trip I just got off of, for some reason, I don't know if it's seat positioning or if the seats are just too stiff or I'm getting old. I just turned 30, so I'm getting kind of old. My right leg, where it would sit up against this spot right here, like under my thigh started cramping. And it was only when I was driving. Like I'd get out of the car and I'd be good. But I think it's just maybe seating position. The seats aren't the comfiest. The safety features in this car and just the settings in this car are really nice. So it does have cruise control. This is the manual. So I believe it's a little different. But this has cruise control. But then it also has that like clearance thing. So when I'm driving, I can set it to like 80 miles per hour. But it'll distance myself from the car in front of me, to where if they slow down, the car slows down. If they speed up, the car speeds up. It does it all by itself. It's pretty cool, even though it's a manual. Like I don't know how they do that, but it's really cool. So the settings in the car are really nice when it comes to like the extra settings and safety settings, because then you also got like these things, and then I believe it uses the whole eyesight. So if you have the eyesight, it uses that, and then like the lane departure. So it does have a lot of like dailyable safety settings that are just awesome. Even though I'm huge into modifying cars and I want to lower this so bad, something that's really nice about this is being such a low car, it actually sits very high. So like the front bumper here, I have a ton of clearance to where I have no problems going over speed bumps, going down like big decline, little like coming out of, I don't know, parking lot sort of things. I don't have any issues with that. It is very nice not having to worry about scraping or, you know, coming out of a parking lot and my whole front lips like, you know, that's always the worst. Road noise is very bad in this car. A lot of people has to do with like the tires, and then there's like no insulation to prevent road noise in the wheel wells and the doors and everything. Road noise is pretty bad. You get on the highway and you cruise about 70-80 miles per hour, and the road is not the bestest, meaning like, I don't know, it's old concrete or something. It's just like, it sucks. Road noise in this car is rough, but again, it's a sports car. If you can get over the rough road noise, then you're perfectly fine. For me, if you guys haven't watched the video, I can put the video up here. I adjusted all the equalizer settings in the stereo to where the stereo system actually sounds really good now, and I have no problems. Like, you turn it up to like 20 and it's clear and it's powerful. It sounds really good. I do want to put a subwoofer in it eventually, because the bass in this car is very, very limited, obviously, because it doesn't have a sub. But with a subwoofer, I think it would sound really good. Just something subtle, just something to add a little more oof to the car. This car is very small, and that definitely seems to show on the road. There's so many times I've almost been in an accident already to where people just somehow don't see me. I don't know if this is Florida drivers, because Florida drivers seem to be the worst. They never use their turn signals. It's not like a BMW thing here. It's like an everybody thing here. But I almost get hit so much. Like, I don't know if the car's just that small where people don't see it or what, but that's something you have to be worried about when you drive this car, especially if you get a black one, like at nighttime. It's just, people don't seem to see this car that much, and it's wild. I want to go inside real quick, and I want to talk about the clutch. If you guys get a manual one, this is something you guys need to adjust. So from factory, the clutch pedal, it sucks. The engagement point is like towards the top, to where maybe it's only a centimeter left of pedal play. So I adjusted it, and I have a video, I can put that up here too, where I adjusted the grab point. Now it's closer to the wall, like it's very close to like the firewall, to where it's actually more enjoyable to drive when it comes to like rev matching, especially even like taking off in first gear. It's not as much as a guessing game, it's just right there at the wall, and it made driving this car so much more enjoyable. So like I mentioned, I just came off a road trip a couple days ago, and I did wash the car. It is a little dirty already, but the paint on this car seems to really suck. I don't know how well it's going to pick up on camera here, but like right here, that was a bug splatter. I washed it the same day, and it's already like engraved itself into the paint. And then right there, again, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this, there's another one right there. And then right here is a huge scratch, although scratches I feel like are a little bit easier to get. But like the whole bug splatter, that was the same day, and it already basically engraved itself in the paint with the acid of the blood and guts or whatever. I don't know. So the paint on this car just kind of sucks. Going back inside the car, I am all over the place in this video. Visibility out of this thing is pretty good. I think it just depends on your passenger, but like you got plenty of room. Plenty of room right there, plenty of room back there. But then right here, if the passenger seat's way far back, that window obviously is not very useful. But then like from a driver standpoint, you can't see any of that. So I often see myself like going like this with the side mirror and then looking back. And then we also have little indicators, but sometimes, it's still technology. Sometimes it can fail. I still see myself moving forward a lot and back. I do, however, have a convex mirror coming. That's where you can it's like 40% more viewing area, and it's blue tinted, and so is the heating and everything. I do have those coming. I'm going to make a video on those eventually whenever they get here. They've been on back order for like 2 months now. The power on this car is actually very nice. I wasn't expecting a whole lot. A little 2.4 liter boxer, not even turboed, but it's enough get up and go to where like in 5th or 6th gear, I'm able to just give it a little bit of gas and it can pass somebody, which again, I was very surprised at. I feel like all 230 horsepower, whatever it is on this car, just wouldn't have been enough, but it was, and I was very satisfied with it. So on the highway, it can hold its own. This car does have Apple CarPlay. Now, it is kind of weird. It is wired, so if you guys are okay with wired CarPlay, that's cool, because that does charge your phone. But you can also get a little wireless dongle. This is something that I got. This is to where it makes my Apple CarPlay wireless, so then I no longer have to plug my phone in. But it does have Apple CarPlay, and Apple CarPlay is really nice because it has navigation up here, has your music up here. It makes everything up here basically a mirror of your phone. And something I want to figure out is how to get Netflix on here, because we're doing a longer road trip. It's like 4 hours. See if I can get Netflix on here, so my girlfriend, when we drive, she's not completely bored. Next one is dual climate control. This is really nice. So if you guys don't know what dual climate control is, I can set my climate over here to like 60, and she can have hers at 70. and it'll blow out different temperatures on each side. That is really nice, and it's something a lot of cars are doing nowadays, but that does make a huge difference when you're driving, and especially as a daily driver, if you're driving with someone else, that it allows everybody to be more comfortable in the car. The car feels very nimble and precise and light. You can really feel that when you drive this car compared to other cars, and it's nice because when you need to maneuver real quick for avoiding something on the highway, changing lanes, doing anything, I guess, aggressive, the car does it so well. You really feel planted to the road, and it really does give you like kind of that track or that entry-level track car feel, and it's very nice on this car. Anyways, that's all I could think of when it came to my daily time with this car. I've been dailying for quite some time now and had a couple road trips, about to do a real long one here in a couple weeks, but that's all I could really think of at the moment. Tell me what you guys think down below. If you guys have any more inputs, let me know, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you.